What if the key to happiness lay within your grasp? Would you seize it? This question, although simple, carries profound implications. Happiness, an abstract yet universally sought-after feeling, is interestingly interpreted differently across cultures and societies. In some places, it's associated with wealth and material possessions, while in others, it's about inner peace and contentment. Yet, regardless of these cultural variations, the pursuit of happiness remains a common thread that binds us all together. It's a journey that every individual, every society embarks upon, trying to decipher their unique formula for happiness. Interestingly, science has stepped into this quest too, unraveling the effects of happiness on people, their behaviors, their health, and overall well-being. Researchers are digging deeper, exploring the neurochemical basis of happiness and how it shapes our lives. So as we embark on this exploration of happiness, let's remember one fundamental truth. Happiness, in its purest form, is a choice. Before we delve into this further, remember happiness is a choice. Do you find yourself wondering if happiness is more than just a state of mind? Well, the answer is an emphatic yes. Happiness is a fascinating blend of biology and psychology, and it's something scientists have been studying for years. Let's dive into the biology first. Did you know that certain hormones play a significant role in our feelings of happiness? Yes, it's not just about having a good day or being in a good mood. It's also about the hormones coursing through your body. Consider serotonin, often dubbed the happy hormone. It helps regulate your mood, appetite, and sleep. When your serotonin levels are balanced, you feel happier, calmer, more focused. Then there's dopamine, the reward hormone. It's released when you achieve something, giving you that rush of pleasure and satisfaction. And let's not forget oxytocin, the love hormone. This is released during social bonding moments like hugging a loved one or spending time with friends. It fosters feelings of trust, empathy, and connection, contributing to your overall sense of happiness. But biology is just one part of the equation. There's also the psychological aspect. Psychologists have proposed the concept of the happiness set point. It's a theory that suggests we all have a baseline level of happiness, and despite life's ups and downs, we tend to return to this set point over time. This doesn't mean that your happiness level is fixed and unchangeable. It simply means that your general disposition, your genetic makeup, and your life circumstances all contribute to defining this set point. But with conscious effort, you can nudge this set point upwards, fostering a more positive outlook and a greater sense of well-being. So happiness isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's a complex interaction of biology and psychology. It's about the hormones that influence our mood, the social interactions that release oxytocin, and the psychological set point that forms our happiness baseline. So, happiness isn't just an emotion, it's a complex interaction of biology and psychology. What do you think influences your happiness the most? Let's dive into some of the factors that research suggests can greatly impact our sense of happiness. Firstly, you might immediately think of material wealth. And indeed, having enough money to meet our basic needs and enjoy some leisure activities does contribute to happiness. But studies have shown that after a certain point, more money doesn't always equate to more happiness. It's a case of diminishing returns. Instead, it's how we spend our money that can make a difference. For instance, spending on experiences rather than material possessions or giving to others can boost our happiness levels. Next, let's consider relationships. We humans are social creatures, so it's no surprise that strong positive relationships are a key factor in happiness. These connections give us a sense of belonging and support, which can significantly enhance our well-being. Then, we have personal achievements. Whether it's landing your dream job, running a marathon, or learning a new skill, these accomplishments can give us a sense of pride and satisfaction, and thus, happiness. But remember, it's the journey, not just the destination that matters. The process of striving for and achieving goals can be a source of joy in itself. Lastly, we have intrinsic values. These are things like personal growth, helping others, and seeking knowledge. When our actions align with these values, it can lead to a deeper, more enduring sense of happiness. However, it's essential to remember that these factors vary from person to person. What brings joy to one person might not necessarily do the same for another. Some might find happiness in solitude, while others in the company of friends. Some might find it in the pursuit of knowledge, while others in the thrill of adventure. So, as we explore the landscape of happiness, It's important to recognize that it's a deeply personal and subjective experience. Your happiness might look very different from someone else's, and that's perfectly okay. Your happiness is as unique as you are. Scene script. Given that happiness is within our control, how can we cultivate it? The path to happiness is not a straight line, but a meandering trail that we can navigate through the cultivation of certain practices. Let's delve into some scientifically proven methods to boost our happiness levels. Firstly, we have mindfulness. This is the art of being fully present, engaged in the moment, and accepting it without judgment. When we are mindful, we are not overthinking the past or worrying about the future. We are appreciating the here and now, which can bring a profound sense of happiness. Next, we have gratitude. This is not just about saying thank you. It's about acknowledging the good in our lives and recognizing that the source of that goodness often lies outside ourselves. Regularly expressing gratitude shifts our mental state, helping us see the world in a more positive light. Exercise is another key. It does more than just sculpt our bodies, it also sculpts our moods. Physical activity stimulates the release of endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, our body's natural happy hormones. These chemicals act as natural mood lifters, promoting a sense of well-being. Maintaining social connections is also essential. We are social creatures by nature. Meaningful connections with others provide a sense of belonging and acceptance, which greatly contributes to our happiness. Lastly, we must remember that these practices should not be seen as a checklist, but rather as a guide. Everyone's path to happiness is personal and unique. It's about finding what works best for you. These practices are not quick fixes. They require time, patience, and consistency. But the more you integrate them into your life, the more you'll notice a shift in your overall mood and outlook. Remember, happiness isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's not something that happens to us, but something we make happen. Our happiness is like a garden. We need to plant the seeds of joy, water them with gratitude, nurture them with mindfulness, and let the sunshine of social connections help them grow. Happiness is a garden that needs constant tending. Scene script. Have you ever considered how your happiness can affect others? Think about it this way. When you toss a stone into a pond, it creates a splash, right? But the impact doesn't stop there. It creates ripples that extend far beyond the initial splash. Now imagine your happiness as that stone and the pond as your world. Your happiness doesn't just affect you, it creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond you. Several studies have explored this fascinating phenomenon. In one study, researchers found that when you're happy, it doesn't just impact the people directly around you. Your happiness can extend up to 3 degrees of separation, meaning it can influence your friends' friends. That's quite a reach, isn't it? So when you choose happiness, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your partner, your children, your friends, your colleagues, and even the barista at your favorite coffee shop. Your positive mood can create a more uplifting environment for everyone around you. Now let's take this a step further. Imagine if everyone chose happiness. If each person's happiness influenced those around them, we'd create a wave of positivity that could transform societies. We'd see increased cooperation, reduced conflict, and a general sense of well-being. Choosing happiness isn't just a personal choice, it's a societal one. We often hear about the importance of paying it forward, but have you ever considered laughing it forward? Your laughter, your joy, your happiness can be infectious. It can inspire others to find their joy, thereby creating a cycle of happiness that keeps giving. So the next time you're deciding between a frown and a smile, remember the ripple effect. Remember that your happiness has power. It has the power to transform your day, your relationships, and even your world. Your happiness isn't just about you. It's about all the lives you touch. It's about all the ripples you create in your pond. Your happiness can be a beacon for others. So, what does all this mean for you and your pursuit of happiness? We've journeyed through the fascinating science of happiness, discovering how our brains react to joy and contentment. We've looked at factors influencing happiness, understanding that it's not just about circumstances, but also about our attitudes and perceptions. We've explored how to cultivate happiness, recognizing the power of gratitude, mindfulness, and positive relationships. We've seen the ripple effect of happiness, how our joy can spread to those around us, creating a positive cycle that enriches our world. All these insights boil down to one essential truth. Happiness is a personal choice. It's not something that happens to us, it's something we choose. And in choosing it, we can transform not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. The key to your happiness lies within you. Choose to be happy and watch the world around you change.